Another is by being silent. Sabi sa complaint, by being silent on his drug addiction, PBBM betrayed the public trust. For me, Madam Chair, this is a non sequitur conclusion and not a factual allegation.
Nako, pambihira talaga. Oo, nung panahon ng kampanya, lakas yung makabanat ng bangag kay Marcos Jr. Sinasabi nyo nung mga panahon ng kampanya, hindi dapat maging presidente ang isang taong bangag. Ngayong mga panahon na to, okay lang. Walang problema. Hindi grounds for impeachment ang pagiging bangag. So okay lang magkaroon tayo ng bangag na presidente. Ganon, Leila de Lima. Mamaya na ho natin pasadahan yung mga banat na yan itong si Leila. Kung bago lang ho kayo sa PH Updates, ang like at sa subscribe. Masaya na ho tayo dyan. Sa mga gusto sumahal sa ating community, yung join button, nandyan lang ho sa baba. Ayun na nga mga kababayan, siguro ngayong mga panahon na to, itong si Tuta Soto, hindi na ho yan makatulog. Pambihira kesyo, inanok daw ng Senate President itong si Loren Legarda. Maliwanag ang sinabi nitong si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. Merong bilang kaso wala sila doon sa plenaryo noong mga panahon na yan. Kaya Soto, alam mo, kalmahan mo lang. Ano kayo dyan? Wag mong ika nga ngayon pa lang binabanatan na yung mag-out sa'yo, magtatanggal sa'yo bilang Senate President. Malakas ko kasi ang tama ng mama na yan eh. Sabi siguro, madalas yan sinasabi, siguro sa pagiging stricto ko, kung sakali mang tatanggalin kasi stricto ako. Ayoko na may insertion sa budget. Palakpakan! O, di ba? Ibig sabihin, yung mga magtatanggal sa kanya, gusto ng insertion. Ganun ba yun? Ano nang to ko? Hindi naman siguro. Bumbira. Ito pa isa. Siguro, yung kung tatanggalin man ako, isa sa mga dahilan, dahil ayok sa korupsyon. Ganun ba yon? Kapal na mukha mo ha. Ang dami ko nababasa ang post tuta. Kasi pagka tinanggal daw ho siya, dahil galit siya sa korupsyon. Paano natin? Pambihira talaga tong si Tuta Soto. Ano na naman ba mga hanas nitong si Pinky? Ibang klase talaga tong si Pinky. Bumanat na naman itong si Pinky. Ito. After dangling the Senate presidency to her, they are now floating the falsehood that it was Sen. Loren who volunteered to recruit warm bodies to pave the way for a new Senate majority. It is not only malicious, it is sadistic. Daming alam ni Pinga. Nung tinanggal nyo yung nagdaang Senate President, wala namang ganyan karaming hana. Simple lang. Pagka ayaw na kayo ng majority, tipo kayo. Ganun lang. Yung tipo, meron kayong tinatago, meron kayong kinatatakutan, kaya kayong dalawa nitong si Tuta Soto, talagang gigil na gigil kayo dyan sa mga pwesto nyo na yan. Meron kasi kayong pinagtatakpan. Si Martin Romualdez at itong si Marcos Jr. Balita ako, 3 daw matras doon sa partial committee report mo dyan sa Blue Ribbon Committee. Anong problema? Bakit dahil hindi kasama DBM? Anak ng tokwa, sila lahat naglabas ng pondo tapos hindi sila kasali. Alam mo, pagka napasama ang DBM, aakyat kay Marcos Jr. Kaya lahat ipapakulong. Huwag lang mga tauhan nitong si Marcos Jr. Ping, isa ka pa. Malapit ka na rin matanggal dyan sa pagiging pro tempore mo. Ito, tayo, Tuta Soto. Mambobola na naman ho siya.
Totoo ba na tinanggil yung Senate presidency kay Senator Loren? You have that information?
I heard that. I was told.
You were told
Hearsay naman, I heard that. Kala ko pa naman. No, sige, tuloy
by
mo.
Senator Loren?
Yes.
Yes, kinorner na si Sen. Loren doon.
When was this, sir?
The other day.
What exactly happened there, sir?
Actually, I'd rather not dwell into it already, ayoko nang mapag-usapan yung mga... Kasi they were merely talks. So...
Pero inalok yung Senate presidency kay Sen. Loren. That's what...
That's what I was told.
Sino nag-alok, sir?
At bakit po hindi nagtagumpay?
Sila na lang tanungin nyo.
Pero
Sa details kasi ayokong galing sa akin.
Sinabi
Nako, yan ang problema. Ginagawang noon time show. Ano yan? Sino to? Sino to? Tao ba to? Tuta ba to? Ganon? Di ba gagawin nating Pinoy henyo? Ganon? Lunya ka, oo. Simple lang kasi. Tuta so to, labas mo na detalye. Sabihin mo na kung ano nalalaman mo. Ganon lang naman. Ang dami mong kaartihan. At saka yung ano niya, yung tikas niya nawala na eh. Dati kasi napaka-confident umarap niya sa media. Akala mo talagang hindi siya pwedeng tanggalin. Siga-siga ba datingan? Pero ngayong mga panahon na to, nakikita ho natin parang tumatamlay na atang kasigaan itong si Escalera.
Usap sa kanya.
Sinabi ba ni Sen. Loren kung anong naging response po niya?
Pinakamaganda, sinabi niya hindi siya interesado. Yun lang masasabi ko. Okay?
So, hindi delikadong lumipat ng bakod si Sen. Loren kasi solid pa siya sa inyo?
Oo.
Inassure
Oo
ko
naman.
rin.
So, ang buong majority namin very solid. As a matter of fact, baka mga dalawa, baka isa, dalawa sa mga di namin kasama dati, baka mapasama pa eh.
Sino yan, sir?
Sino po ang nag-alok?
secret.
Sino po ang nag-alok?
Secret. Yan, intriga. Hindi pong balita ko, 13 na daw. Wala lang sila doon. Yung mga dating hindi nyo kasama, makakasama. Ngayon pa magpapalitan. Ngayon pa sila maglilipatan. Ngayon nagbabago ng timpla ng ating mga kababayan sa pamumuno ng presidente na to. Anak ng tokwa, alam na sambayan ng Pilipino na ikaw aso ka ni Marcos Jr. At napakababang approval at trust rating ng Pangulong pinaglilingkuran mo. Di ba? Ika nga humihila sa tali mo sa liig. Di ba? Umihila dyan sa kurbata mo. Tapos yung ibang mga kasama, sinungaling naman talaga nitong si Tuta. Oo, ginugood time mo na naman kami. Oo.
SB, sino
Sir, sino
nag-alok
daw
kay Sen. Loren?
kumakausap kay Sen. Loren?
Secret, ha?
Sino na
Siya na lang talaga yung...
Kaya nga, ito naman mga ano na to, ba't tinahat water nyo yan si Tuta Soto, malapit na mawala yan sa pagka-Senate President. Kasi kayo, huwag kayong maingay. Pagka may usap-usapan ng itong mga media na to, talagang para silang lookout nitong si Tuta Soto eh. Pagdating para silang mga naging lookout. Di ba? Yung, Tito Sen ha, merong ku sa'yo, binubuong ku, di ba? Gusto ka nilang tanggalin. Kasi ano yan, kasabihan niya sa Senado, pagka lumabas na merong ku na mangyayari dyan sa Senado, hindi natutuloy. Itong mga ano na to, itong mga taga Malacanang Press, talagang kahit wala, meron sila ng meron. Para kung meron man, hindi matuloy, magka-loyalty check, makapag-loyalty check agad itong si Escalera. Ito, rumekta na ho tayo dito kay Benny Abante. Pag-usapan ho natin yung mga kabalbalan itong si Leila de Lima. Ibang klase, ibang level itong si Leila. Pag gano'n natin itong mga kababayan.
Tingin ko dito.
Oh.
Nakalagay po sa ating rules,
Ano yan?
if it finds that sufficient grounds for impeachment do not exist, the committee shall dismiss the complaint and submit the report required hereunder. Ito po, it does not actually exist because everything that is said here is hearsay. Yun lang po.
Thank you. The Honorable Rodriguez.
Madam Chair, in this
Yes,
fourth
yes.
act, which is alleged, it is clearly based on the fourth ground of impeachment, which is graft and corruption. The Supreme Court, in the case of Francisco versus House of Representatives, clearly already said that this is defined under the Republic Act 3019, which is the anti-graft code, the anti-graft law, which provides Section 3B and C. These are the main, if this is an allegation of a public official who receives kickbacks and from ghost projects and so forth, it should be under this. And
Kaparehong mga senador ang nagtatanggol sa mga ahensya ng pamahalaan noong pinag-uusapan noong nandun sila sa usapin ng BICAM. Kita nyo mga kababayan, kaparehong senador, Rufus Rodriguez, di ba? Sila yan eh. Sila yung mga tauhan ng Malacanang na trumatrabaho sa mga kabalbalan at gustong mangyari nitong si Marcos Jr.
it is clear, Madam Chair, we have to therefore go whether there's a recital of facts in relation to, Madam Chair, Section 3B and C. And here we go. This is now what it says, Madam Chair. It says Section 3A, knowingly, deliberately, requesting and receiving money because of an important project or permit to be issued by the person. There is no allegation here, Madam Chair, that the President requested, that the President received money because he has a permit or contract to give. That is precisely what is stated here under under Section 3A. Directly or indirectly requesting or receiving any gift, present, share, percentage, or benefit for himself or for any other person in connection with any transaction or contract between the government and that party. The second one, 3C, also is directly or indirectly requesting or receiving any gift and so forth for himself and another in a manner or capacity that has secured or obtained this particular permit. So there are only two. There are only two provisions under Republic Act 3019, wherein, according to the Supreme Court, the fourth ground could be anchored upon, and there is no allegation here. Now, there is a statement here about Ako Bicol party list. This is a narration of fact, the recital of fact. However, the problem with this fact is that it was delivered to respondents' allies. If you can look at this, not to the President. Now, this is an impeachment, proposed impeachment of the President. And then attached copies of the video expose. Madam Chair, the video expose is abroad, wherein we, in the later part, will have to hear this particular person has to be present. Otherwise, it's a
Willing naman sila eh. Willing naman siyang humarap dyan eh. Diba? Pwede naman pala yan na humarap yan si Congressman Saldico dyan. Sabi nitong si Congressman Mike, oy, hindi lang ikaw ang naging congressman ha. Hindi lang ikaw ang may alam sa rules dyan. Pagka suspended ang rules, pwedeng magsalita dyan kahit nasa ibang bansa. Pwedeng marinig ng sambayan ng Pilipino kung ano sasabihin niya.
a piece of paper and a piece of video that is not allowed to be introduced in any proceeding. Because we have to give the chance to the respondent to question always. This is the cross-examination. This is the time to also provide the respondent the time to question, cross-examine the person who said that the money was given and he is not in this country. He's either in Portugal or Sweden. And so therefore, Madam Chair, once again, the fourth ground, which is respondent engaged in graft and corruption through kickbacks and ghost projects, there is no recital of facts that will constitute the violation of Republic Act 3019. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Galing, gagaling ng mga abogado nitong si Marcos Jr. Magagaling yung mga abogado niya na nasa Senado. Abogado di Campanilla, di lang congressman. Abogado pa ho niya. Mahusay. Palakpakan natin. Sino susunod na abogado? Grabe ang defense team nitong si Marcos Jr. Anak ng tawa, congressman.
That is a significant discussion on graft and corruption. And of course, we recognize also the needed authenticity about the video of this expose. The Honorable Vice Chair Dumogan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, on allegation number 4, respondent engaged in graft in corruption through kickbacks and ghost projects. The allegations which seem to justify the said charge are contained in paragraphs 27 up to 32. Reading all these paragraphs, they do not contain the narration of facts that will pinpoint to the President, that will somewhat allude an illegal violation which is tantamount to graft in corruption. What had been stated here are allegedly given to certain allies. It's too vague and too wide to consider. So, looking at all of these allegations, clearly it does not justify the ground, again, to impeach the president on graft in corruption under the provision of Article 10, Section 11 of the Constitution.
Thank you, Vice Chair Dumogan. Our last speakers for the fourth of
Matindi dito ang vice chairperson, siya pa ang dumidepensa kay Marcos Jr. Paano nyo i-impeach yan? Ano kayo mga loko-loko? Pambira naman no. Ano yan? Ay, ba't din nyo pa kasi tapusin yung kalokohan na yan? Punta na tayo sa impeachment ni VP Sara. Yun lang naman ang gusto nyo mangyari dyan. Ito talaga mga to, maglulukuhan pa tayo dito. Alam naman natin na ang talagang ini-aim nila ngayong mga panahon na to yung impeachment ni VP Sara.
offense are the Honorable Acosta, the Honorable De Lima, and the Honorable Colliantes, one after the other. The Honorable Acosta is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is just a reiteration of my two senior compañeros. Is the lack of the ultimate facts required for a charge of graft and corruption based on the 6 paragraphs of the number 4 allegation, Madam Chair. It mentions suitcases of cash and ghost flood control projects, but Madam Chair fails to provide 1, specific dates, 2, specific persons involved, 3, specific project names, and lastly is the direct links to the President's personal involvement in this case. Madam Chair, it is my humble opinion that these are generalities and broad generalizations, which according to the Supreme Court, in that case of Gutierrez versus House of Representatives, GR number 193459, are insufficient for impeachment, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Acosta. Next is the Honorable De Lima.
Gagaling ng mga
Thank you,
abogado
Madam
ni
Chair.
Marcos Jr.
As to this fourth ground, general ground graft.
Ang matindi ho dito, paldong-paldo yung mga antag dito, yung mga congressman, paldong-paldo ho sila ngayong mga panahon na to. Siyempre, pinagtatanggol nyo, taga Malacanang.
And corruption, and the main specific allegation that allegedly the president benefited from kickbacks arising from budget insertions and ghost flood control projects, with 4 sub-allegations. 1, PBBM orchestrated insertion in GAA for kickbacks. I agree with the Honorable Acosta that it lacks specificity as to what, how, and when, making this a conclusion rather than a factual allegation. The nexus again between the factual allegations and the ground of graft and corruption was not established due to the lack of specificity of the allegations in how PBBM orchestrated the flood control scam for kickbacks, other than by sweeping statements that are more of conclusions than allegations of specific acts. Sub-allegation number 2, suitcases of cash were delivered to PBBM's political allies. Again, lacks specificity as to who, what, how, and when. Sub-allegation number 3,
Yan.
the ghost flood control projects confirm plunder of public funds that is not possible without PBBM's approval. This is a conclusion rather than a factual allegation. The fourth and the last sub-allegation for this ground is PBBM is allegedly the central figure in corruption schemes. This is again a conclusion rather than a factual allegation. In all of this, in light of the evidence uncovered, I just wonder, in light of the evidence uncovered in the multiple fora investigations conducted on the flood control scam, medyo kapos talaga sa allegation yung complaint. It seems overly complacent for the complainant to be sparing in his factual allegations as to establish the ground for impeachment. For me, Madam Chair, there is simply paucity of factual allegations. Again, this is insufficient.
Thank you, Honorable De Lima.
Solve! Ang galing talaga ni Magagaling yung mga abogado nitong si Marcos Jr. Mahusay.
Our last speaker on the fourth offense is the Honorable King Colliantes.
Madam Chair, I'd just like to manifest my support for all of the comments said by our dear colleagues. But really, the question right now here is, are these just conclusions made by the complainant, or are these really based on fact? Remember, we have to go back to the verification, which says that all of his allegations must be based on personal knowledge. Does the complainant have personal knowledge? Was he there when these alleged transactions happened? Does he have any basis based on authentic records to say that money was transferred, money was provided to the president? I doubt it. So I think based on what is written on the complaint, it is insufficient as a ground for impeachment. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable
Ayos,
Colliantes. That concludes
Good
our
job, good
discussion
job.
on the fourth offense.
Good
Now,
job.
we are moving to
Good job,
the
good job.
last, the fifth offense. Please allow the chair to read. Respondent created the ICI to shield corrupt allies. So, this is the offense, and the same is anchored under any, some, or all of the following: graft and corruption, culpable violation of the Constitution, and betrayal of public trust. At this juncture, we elicit the comments and opinions of the committee members. First, we recognize the Honorable SDML Lawrence Defensor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would have to speak. I'm compelled to speak for the membership of the ICI regarding this allegation that it was created to shield corrupt allies.
Wow.
Madam Chairman, the appointment and participation of the members of the ICI, particularly Secretary Rogelio Singson, whose integrity and reputation speaks of good governance, contravenes the allegations by this impeachment committee.
Bakit siya nag-resign? Brad, bakit siya nag-resign? Ano sinasabi niyang dahilan? Kasi walang pangil. Ang dating para silang ano doon, para silang mga siraulo na tanong ng tanong, eh wala naman napupuntahan yung kanilang pagtatanong. Alam niyo yan? Kayo naman, oo, naglulukuhan na. Pati ba naman kayo maglulukuhan dyan? Alam, nga pala, maglulukuhan talaga kayo kasi mga aso kayo ni Marcos
Complaint
Jr.
head-on. Hindi ka maglalagay ng mga taong naging ehemplo ng mabuting patakaran at pamahalaan kung ang balak ay pagtakpan ang korupsyon. So the membership itself of ICI, a presiding justice of the Court of Appeals, an SGV partner who is a partner on audit, and someone like Rogelio Singson, who is a model for good governance, clearly runs contravene against this allegation in the creation of the ICI. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable SDML Lawrence Defensor. The Honorable
Good job, good
Franz Legaspi is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd just like to give a very short manifestation to take note of the evidence or the annexes presented, the evidence in the annexes presented. For me, and this is a general observation as well with the earlier topics, but in particular for this ground, there are a lot of evidences the sources are only media outlets, news sources, and I think this was generally already noted by our members of this committee. But in this particular ground, these articles are, I think, 4 opinion columns, mostly predicated on the opinions of certain personalities, certain characters. And I think in relation to the particular ground that the complaint wishes to state, I believe I think it's clear the betrayal of public trust with regard to the creation, or rather the ICI's creation, somehow affecting or resulting in a loss of public trust, which would, in this case, be a ground to impeach the president. I think it's very clear on that part that the evidence presented is not directly related to that particular ground, and also it's also vague with regard to
Pursuant to
Ito
the
na.
instruction of the chair, and has already been suggested, let me manifest that on ground one, there's no impeachable offense.
Walang impeachable.
We all know that
Kahit na ika nga nagpapalikod na tong si Marcos Jr. Wala pa rin impeachable offense. Anak ng toka. Bumubuso talagang biyaya dyan sa House of Representatives. Palakpakan, paldong-paldo, tapos na Pasko, dami pa rin mga bonus.
there's no
Klase, oh.
kidnapping.
No kidnapping. Oh.
Second, the arrest was by virtue of an arrest warrant issued by the International Criminal Court because of an offense which had been allegedly committed when the Philippines was still a member of the ICC. And it was coursed through the Interpol. So, and let me point out, with all due respect, looking at all the complaints, there's actually no narration of facts. It just stated and went to the arguments. So, I am forced to, of course, manifest that the respondent did not commit any betrayal of trust or culpable violation of the Constitution with respect to allegation number 1. I so submit.
Thank you, Vice Chair Dumogan. With that, the Chair wishes to move to the second offense. Please allow the Chair to read. Respondent is a drug addict whose condition impairs his judgment and leadership. This is anchored on the ground of culpable violation of the Constitution and betrayal of public trust. At this juncture, we elicit the manifestations, preferably manifestations, of the committee members with respect to its sufficiency in substance.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Agbas is recognized.
with respect to allegation number 2, although the complaint claims the respondent is unfit to serve as president due to drug addiction, it fails to allege the ultimate facts showing how this alleged personal condition
Galing! Palakpakan nun natin, pambira talaga. Ang gagaling ng mga abogado ni Marcos Jr.
translated into
Congressman ho, nag-aabogado para sa kanya.
to any impeachable act. It does not narrate when the alleged use occurred, how it was committed, or how it affected any official function. It simply concludes that the respondent is unfit to serve without providing the facts required to demonstrate an impeachable offense. Further, no factual narration of an official decision, directive, or exercise of presidential power impaired by, connected to, or caused by the alleged addiction. That's all, Madam Chair.
Any other member who wishes to make a manifestation on this?
Madam Chair, may I be recognized?
The Honorable Barbers, and then De Lima, and then Suntay. One after the other. You are recognized, Honorable Barbers.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A manifestation. One of the grounds stated in the impeachment complaint filed by Attorney De Jesus and endorsed by Representative Lisay is the allegation that the respondent is a drug addict whose condition impairs his judgment and leadership. The complainant asserted that the respondent is unfit to serve as president due to drug addiction. He further alleged in his complaint that the respondent's refusal to submit to drug test conclusively demonstrates his disregard for transparency and accountability, and concluded that the respondent's silence and evasion confirmed the public suspicion and betrayed the trust of the nation he swore to serve. Madam Chair, let me point out that this assertion in the complaint was based solely on the alleged statements of the sister of the respondent, Senator Amy Marcos. The complainant attached copies of news articles
Yan.
containing reports on such statements of Senator Amy Marcos and forms part of the complaint. Under the rules of procedure and for in impeachment proceedings, the requirement of sufficiency in substance is met if there is a recital of facts constituting the offense charge and determinative of the jurisdiction of the committee. There is no evidence or
Pambira, binabasa mo na nga lang yung ginawa ng mga staff mo na nabubuyoy-buyoy ka pa. Ate, baka dapat malaki-laki makuha mo. Konti na lang yan. Malaki-laking tiwala kay Marcos Jr. Kayo naman.
authenticated records
No.
submitted by the complainant. That will support his allegation that the respondent is actually using illegal drugs. The complainant did not even mention that he has personal knowledge of the drug addiction of the respondent. Such allegation of illegal drug use by respondent, which was reportedly stated by another person and not the one who filed the complaint, is mere hearsay and lack probative value. On the other assertions by complainant that the respondent is unfit to serve as president due to drug addiction and that his refusal to submit to drug test are all speculative and without any factual basis.
Speculative yan.
I humbly submit, Madam Chair,
Oh.
that the ground for impeachment of the respondent on his alleged drug addiction that impairs his judgment and leadership is insufficient in substance.
Nakita nyo na ho, yung sinasabi ko dito sa PH update, talagang nagmamaterialize na talagang magtutulong-tulong yung mga congressman na yan para hindi matanggal si Marcos Jr. Kasi yung mga pagmumukha na yan, anak ng toka. Ako na ang nagsasabi sa inyo mga kababayan, business ho ng mga yan, pagiging politiko.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
The manifestation of the Honorable Barbers is noted by the committee.
Asawa ni Ace Barberson. Palakpakan natin. Anak ng toka. May bahay pala ni Ace Barberson. Tama yung may bahay ngayon, di ba? Oh, ayun.
The Honorable De Lima.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is actually supplementary or complementary
Yan ang gusto ko.
to the
Si
manifestation
Dilima.
made or
Gusto ko yung sasabihin niya pero hindi
the opinion made by the Honorable Representative Barbers.
Oh.
The ultimate general ground, betrayal of public trust. The specific allegation is alleged drug addiction
Yeah.
of the president. And again, I would point out to certain sub-allegations and refute their insufficiency. Allegation number one, sub-allegation number one, there are serious accusations that PBBM is a drug addict. The offense alluded for this ground is drug addiction. Stating that there are accusations do not constitute factual allegations of the addiction. This ground presupposes that because PBBM is an addict or an alleged addict, he is unfit to be president. However, unfitness per se is not a ground for impeachment.
Yeah.
And even when considered as constituting basis for betrayal of public trust, the statements in this ground do not sufficiently establish allegations on how specific presidential acts were impaired by PBBM's addiction, assuming the addiction to be true. Second sub-allegation, Senator Amy, the sister, admitted or alleged or announced that PBBM is a drug addict. Again, this is not a factual allegation but a conclusion that because Senator Amy admitted or announced that PBBM is an addict, then he must be an addict. The most that can be made out of this ground is that there was betrayal of the public trust because of PBBM's failure to disclose his addiction.
Yan ang dahilan kung bakit nagkakasakit si PBBM. Kasalanan nitong mga to para to mga linta, para to mga vampira. Na talagang sinusulit ang bawat dugong makuha nila. Malapit nang matapos. Leila, Dilima, anak ng towa. Kahit magtulong-tulong kayo pagka nakaupo na si BP Sara, magsama-sama kayo, Pinklawan, Dilawan, Palyanista, Ensaymada, at anticipated na natin yun na magsasama-sama yan. Kahit tapos na termino ni Marcos Jr., di pa rin nila babanatan itong mga Marcos na to dahil marami pa rin silang kumbaga yung meron hong insurance policy itong mga ano na to, mga siraulo sa mga Malacanang, sa mga addict dyan, na kung sakaling mawala kami, hindi pa rin kami kakantiin kasi kaya namin bayaran lahat. Pero ang di ho nila alam, meron ho silang isa na hindi kayang bayaran. Sino? Si Vice President Sara Duterte. Pagka naging presidente yan, bayaran nyo na lahat, anak ng tokwa, hindi nyo mababayaran yung ali na yan.
However, the recital of allegations to this ground is still insufficient in terms of showing the nexus. Kasi yun po ang importante. The nexus between the facts raised or alleged and betrayal of public trust. Public accusations of PBBM's addiction, Senator Imy's claim of PBBM's addiction, PBBM's refusal to submit to a drug test, and his silence on accusations of being an addict still do not constitute the factual allegations necessary to satisfy the legal exercise in the formulation of causes of action that, assuming that they were all true, they establish betrayal of trust. Another sub-allegation is the PBBM is a drug addict because he refuses to submit to a drug test. Again, this is a conclusion and not a factual allegation.
Grabe, nakakadiri ho, no? Yan ang dahilan kung bakit yung mga kababayan natin, yung respeto sa mga Duterte talagang napakatindi. At pagka, wag kayong mga Dilawan, Pinklawan, wag kayong magtaka pagka binababoy kayo sa social media, especially ng mga ordinaryong Pilipino. Anak ng tokwa, walang walang maprinsipyong tao ang gagawa sa mga ginagawa nyo. From never again, ginagamit nyo yung issue ng pagkukoka niya, Coca-Cola niya, nung panahon ng kampanya. Ngayon hindi na issue kahit na addict siya. Anak ng tokwa. Hoy! Dilima!
Sabi ko na rin po, that kind of an allegation is still insufficient. The fact that he
Okay naman, hindi na siya mai-impeach eh. Pero para saan pa't nagsasalita? Okay. Kasi yung mga yan, para mas malaki makuha. Makuhang tiwala kay Marcos. Di ba? Ganun lang naman ho yun.
refuses to submit to a drug test. Another is by being silent. Sabi sa complaint, by being silent on his drug addiction, PBBM betrayed the public trust. For me, Madam Chair, this is a non sequitur conclusion
Yeah.
and not a factual allegation.
Yung sinabi niya na, ito sabi ni Senator Amy Marcos, akala ko dati, nagbago ka na. Ibig sabihin, dati pa alam niya. Nakikita niya diyan sa yung ginagamit nila, 'di ba? Mismo siya pa daw ang naglilinis. Hindi daw hindi daw ba siya? Ano magagawa natin? Mga mga tauhan ni Bangag yung mga yan. Wala na, huwag niyo na asahan na may. Alam niyo, sa mga nagre-request, sabi, nabasa natin, gawin mo na reaction video yung kay Dilima kasi napaka labo ng ginagawa nitong mga mga Dilawan, Pinklawan. From never again, naging naging okay lang kahit drogista. Si Marcos Jr., basta wag lang siya matanggal kahit na wag siya matanggal na bilang presidente, walang problema kahit na drogista. Ganon no naratibo ngayon nangyayari na to. Yung tipong tayo na kahapon pa tong video na to kasi ayaw ho nating kasi itong si Dilima napakabaduy ho ng mga pinagagawa nila sa pamahalaan ngayong mga panahon na to. Hindi ho yan gawain ng isang maprinsipyong nilalang. Hindi yan gagawin ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at hindi gagawin yan ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Ika nga ito kasi ang dito matindi dito eh. Yung pamantayan na isinet nitong si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, nabuksan ng kamalayan ng sambayanan. Ngayon, pagka nakakakita sila ng politikong kagaya ni Leila de Lima, naghahalong balat sa tinalupan. Kaya, itong kay BP Sara, alam nyo, yung natin sa kanya, yung expectation natin sa kanya, parang, kahit na hindi nalampasan, kahit na yung tipong mabigyan lang tayo ng laban na kagaya nung kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, napakasaya na ho natin dyan.
Because the ground must not only state a categorical allegation that PBBM is a drug addict and that this impairs the performance of his mandate, but must also include a recital of the alleged acts, events, and incidents that support the same. How do they say, or how do they know, or why do they claim that it impairs his judgment? So that's again my view. Again, this second ground is insufficient in substance. I so submit. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Ayun na nga, dito na una tatapusin ng ating reaction video. Maraming salamat sa pagsuporta sa PH Update. Ayan na, yung kabangagan nitong si Dilima, inyo na kung nasaksihan dyan sa House of Representatives. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Prinsipyo kasi kung wala ho tayo niyan, wala ho tayong kaibahan sa mga dilawan na yan at pinglawan na yan.